Hey everyone, today's video is about when you meet his mom while shopping. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. You and Bakugo have been in a loving relationship for a while now, and your bond had grown stronger with each passing day. You had met his friends, classmates, and even his childhood friend, Kirishima. But there was one person you hadn't yet crossed paths with, his mother. Baku had always been rather private about his family, and you respected his boundaries, never pushing him to introduce you. However, one fateful day, the universe seemed to have different plans. You and Bakugo were walking through a bustling shopping district, enjoying a rare day off from your hero duties. You had your arm linked with his as you strolled together, savoring the simple pleasure of each other's company. Unknown to you, Bakugo's mother had come to visit the city. She had decided to surprise her son by checking out the latest hero merchandise, and maybe even enjoying herself. As you and Bakugo turned a corner, you suddenly collided with someone, sending a flurry of bags and shopping items sprawling to the ground. You quickly apologized, not realizing who it was at first. When you looked up, your eyes met those of a woman who bore a striking resemblance to Bakugo. Her crimson hair was pulled back into a ponytail, and her gaze was sharp. You recognized her from pictures Bakugo had shown you. In a moment of shock, you realized you had accidentally bumped into Bakugo's mother. She stared at you for a heartbeat. Then, her expression softened, and a knowing smile curved her lips. "You must be Wayan, right?" she said, her voice warm and welcoming, even though it was quite loud. You blinked, still taken aback by the encounter. "Yes, I am. You're Bakugo's mom, Mitsuki, right?" She chuckled, bending down to pick up some of her falling bags. "Guilty as charged. This rat has told me a lot about you." Your cheeks flushed, and you couldn't help but feel a bit flustered. "He has?" Bakugo's mother nodded, her smile growing. "He can be a bit gruff, and I really know that. But he cares about you a lot. Honestly, it's been a while since I've seen him this happy. And I think he really doesn't deserve you. You're so much better than him." You laughed at her. She was really funny, right? And you really hoped she was just joking. And the three of you continued to chat. You found yourself growing even more comfortable in her presence. She was warm, funny, and surprisingly down to earth, and you could see where Bakugo had inherited some of his personality traits. Bakugo, who had been silent since the encounter, finally spoke up, his expression a mix of embarrassment and relief. "Hey, old hag, can we not make a big deal out of this? This is already embarrassing." She chuckled and ruffled his hair gruffly. "Well, remember that time you..." And she just continued, as if he just didn't talk at all. As the day continued, you, Bakugo, and his mother spent some time together, sharing stories and laughter. You realized that while Bakugo might have inherited his explosive temper from his mother, he had also inherited his mother's kindness and love. When it was finally time to part ways, Baku's mother gave you a warm hug and whispered in your ears, "Take care of my son, Moyan. He's a handful, but I know you're good for him. Maybe too good. But please don't tell him I said this." You smiled, touched by her words. "I will, and thank you for being so welcoming." As you and Bakugo walked away from the unexpected encounter, you couldn't help but feel closer to him than ever before. Meeting his mother had been a delightful surprise, and it reinforced its strength to your relationship. From that day forward, you felt even more like a part of Baku's life and family. Your love with them continued to flourish, and you were grateful for every moment you shared, both the ordinary and the unexpected ones. You couldn't shake the warm feeling that had settled in your heart. Meeting Baku's mother had been a delightful surprise, and it made you feel like you were truly becoming a part of his life and family. Bakugou, who had been rather private about his family, had opened the window in his life for you by introducing you to his mother. It was evident that she played an important role in his life, and even though they don't seem like it, to you, they looked like they were very close, and you couldn't help but admire the similarities you saw between them, their fierce determination, and their unwavering support for the people that they cared about. As you continued your stroll through the shopping district, you held onto Baku's arm, and you found a sense of closeness between you. You couldn't help but ask, Katsuki, your mother is really nice. Why didn't you introduce me to her before? Baku shrugged, his cheeks stained with a faint blush. Honestly, I didn't think it was a big deal. Besides, you know how she can be. She'll talk your ear off once she starts. And whenever I'm going to go visit her, she's probably going to keep talking about you, which is kind of bothersome, right? You chuckled, imagining Baku's mother being as chatty as she was friendly. Well, I wouldn't have minded. I think she's great. He glanced at you, his gaze softening. Yeah, she likes you too. Said you better take care of me, right? He grinned, squeezing his arm affectionately. Don't worry, Katsuki, I plan to. But also, how did you hear that? She literally told me in secret. She didn't want you to hear. The two of you spent the rest of the day enjoying each other's company, and you couldn't help but feel grateful for the unexpected turn of events. Meeting Baku's mother had given you a deeper insight into the person you loved, and it had brought you closer together as a couple. As the sun began to set, we found a cozy cafe where the two of you could relax and share a quiet moment. You sat across from Bakugou, sipping your coffee, and you couldn't help but think about how much your relationship had grown. Baku reached across the table, taking your hand in his. His crimson eyes locked onto yours, and he spoke softly. I'm glad you met my mom, Wyan. I want you to be a part of my life in every way. You smiled, feeling a warmth spread through your chest. I'm glad too, Katsuki. I love you. He leaned in, pressing a tender kiss to your lips. Me too, Wyan. But I promise, you'll meet the rest of my family too, soon. So, with Bakugo, he felt ready to face whatever the future had in store. Meeting his mother had been an unexpected adventure, but it had only strengthened your love and your commitment to each other. As you continued your journey as heroes and as a couple, he knew that the bond you shared was unbreakable, forged in the fires of love and strengthened by the support of those around you. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.